Imagine waking up and being a Twitter NPC. You're like this mindless zombie running around in the universe, just infecting everything you touch. Well, I found one of these NPCs today, and her name is E.J. Dixon. She's a senior writer for the Rolling Stone, you know, one of them intelligent journalist types who really research everything before they talk about something, right? Because they don't want to get anything wrong. Well, it turns out she made a tweet so stupid that it will stand out as the dumbest tweet of all time. We will frame this on the walls of history, and future generations will look on at the sheer stupidity of what she said. Okay, so this all started with the tweet by Pop Crave, right? Johnny Depp will become the first man to have his own spotlight segment at Rihanna's Savage X Fenty fashion show, according to TMZ. Now, if you guys didn't know, a portion of Twitter really does not like Johnny Depp. Why? Because it's full of delusional women who think that men can never be victims of abuse. They're pretty much the biggest hypocrites on the planet who say that I will always support victims of abuse, except if it's a man, because, you know, that's impossible. Men can never be victims of abuse. Basically, if you don't know the backstory, a while back, a famous trial happened between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Johnny Depp, you might know him as a famous actor from Pirates of the Caribbean. Amber Heard wasn't nearly as famous. Basically, several years ago, Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of DV, or abuse, right? And ruined his entire career. He was cut from the sequel movie to Pirates of the Caribbean, and nobody would offer him roles anymore. The brands would stay away because, you know, everybody believed he was an abuser, except for the people who actually looked into any facts. But after several years of silence, Johnny Depp and his legal team finally gathered all the facts with his lawyers, and they sued Amber Heard for defamation. And he actually won. It was proved without a doubt that Johnny Depp is innocent and Amber Heard was actually the abuser. But unfortunately, a large portion of Twitter.com could absolutely not accept the truth. So they were super mad about this, and they are till this day. So how does Johnny Depp get to do anything now? So when this tweet came out by Pop Crave, they're like, okay, Johnny Depp is getting a spotlight segment. They're like, he's an abuser. Amber Heard can't be lying. She's a woman, so therefore Johnny Depp should never get a role for the rest of his life. And it's more than likely that one of these people who were unhappy about the decision was E.J. Dixon. She made probably the dumbest tweet of all time. Tell me again about how assault allegations ruin men's lives? Question mark. Ladies and gentlemen, only on Twitter.com could an opinion so incredibly dumb get 140,000 likes and be praised by so many people. Okay, real quick, I'm just gonna play some clips so that you guys can refresh your memory about the case and understand the situation a little bit better.
You didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you tough?
What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not sitting here about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you started.
You are such a baby. Grow the up,
because you
Johnny.
started physical fights.
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did. So I had
Because,
to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic. And
yes.
It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or decide.
It doesn't matter if it's a fair fight.
Exactly, because you're bigger and you're stronger. And so when I say that I thought you could kill me, that doesn't mean you counter with you also that you lost your own finger.
Can you generally describe for us what you remember about the marks you saw on Mr. Depp?
Yes. What I noticed right away was most of these marks and most of these things through my training is happening in the left-hand side of his face. And it would be scratches on his neck, maybe a fat lip in the corner, maybe a bruising on the eye socket. And it was getting more regular. As I say, not every week, but it was definitely happening, yeah.
So let's just go over some of the facts here to disprove what this person says. Number one, Johnny Depp was actually found innocent. Despite that, many people still think he's an abuser and a host of other things, right? So his reputation was damaged forever. Number two, he lost an insane amount of revenue from losing all his star roles and his brand deals. Number three, he was nearly about to end it all. because it's an insanely bizarre and mentally torturing experience to have everybody believe complete lies about you. Not to mention having the person you love the most in the entire world completely turn out to be a psychopath, betray you, and lie in front of everybody. Here we have a description of what Johnny Depp felt like during his depression. He went on tour with the Hollywood Vampires and decided to write a memoir of an old manual typewriter like his hero Thompson. I poured myself a vodka in the morning and started writing until the tears filled my eyes and I couldn't see the page anymore, he says. He wipes his eyes with the sleeves of his white shirt and continues his monologue. I kept trying to figure out what I'd done to deserve this. I tried being kind to everyone, helping everyone, being truthful to everyone. He pauses for a moment. The truth is most important to me, and all this still happened. Later that night, Depp tells me about the acute depression he entered as his personal and financial lives came crashing down simultaneously. I was as low as I believe I could have gotten, says Depp in a dead voice. The next step was, you're going to arrive somewhere with your eyes open, and you're going to leave there with your eyes closed. I couldn't take the pain every day. Tell me again how men's lives are ruined by false allegations. How completely, utterly delusional do you have to be to believe that? Johnny actually lost it all, okay? If you watched the trial case at all, for the several weeks and months it went viral, I watched all of it and covered everything on my second channel while it was going on, making several videos about it, researching about it. I'm aware of every single detail about this case, and I can say confidently from the testimonies of the people closest to Johnny that he's a stand-up guy. He's just like the nicest person, and the most horrible thing has ever happened to him. You do realize that the only reason he has a career now was because he had to stand up in front of the entire world and reveal the most intimate details about his entire life. Not to mention the millions and millions of dollars he had to spend with legal fees and battling this whole thing. Not to mention the emotional trauma or anything else at all. And keep in mind, this was all over a false allegation. Imagine you didn't actually have as much money as Johnny Depp and you're just a regular person accused of this. You're just screwed. Now, people in the replies link a bunch of stories which I don't even want to read out here because it's that depressing. There's like the 17-year-old kid who necks himself over false allegations, and then the girl comes out saying she lied about it, which is like insane how you can even make this tweet after reading that. Somebody also replied with this, which is just goated. A gift if you know how to read. In life, learn to use your little brain. It can be used to not be fooled by toxic and manipulative people like Amber Heard. You're welcome. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all elements of defamation? Yes. Statement was made by Mr. or Mrs. Heard. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, yes. Basically, he's innocent. There's a bunch of people responding to the initial tweet just like so shocked at Rihanna for supporting Johnny Depp. Like, Rihanna, what is this? I believed in you. I thought we were both girls. It's such an incredibly toxic mentality to make it like a girls versus boys thing. I think it's a victim versus abuser thing. I think it's a true versus false thing. I genuinely don't know how anyone can support her after hearing the heaps and heaps of audio recordings with just the most insane damning evidence. I would love to play all of them, but the video will be 2 hours long. Anyways, what a dumb tweet, bro. Completely delusional.